Hola, buen día, buenas tardes. Hi, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Manuel Pérez Troncoso. I'm a Chilean student, originally from Chillán, Chile. I can say that it's a city in the southern side of the Central Valley of Chile. Today, I want to prepare for all of you a very traditional recipe. The name is pastel de choclo, that we can translate as corn pie. So I decided to do this food, this recipe, because it's very important for Chileans during the summer, and we are in the summertime here, and also because we are in the cornfields. So I think it could be a very practical and easy way to explore a Chilean recipe for people here in the US. Pastel de choclo is a very important food for us. If you think about Mexican heritage in the food in the US, you will find that the corn is going all the way together with the chile. And for us, it's kind of the same in the summer to connect the corn or choclo with the basil. That basil are both very generous food, vegetable for us during the summer. So this food is like a gift for us to connect with the summertime. And that's why also I want to share with you. Another important things about the cornfield, the corn pie or pastel de choclo is that we need a lot of help to do this dish. It's not an easy dish, but at the same time, it's a very good excuse to share with the family or with friends, because you need people to grind the corn, you need another people to prepare the beef, and also you always prepare for a lot of people. You know, prepare for 2 or 3 people. Today is an exception because we are in a training right now to share everything. But basically, it's for us also it's a opportunity to do a collective food, a communitarian food. First, the sauce. You can see here that sauce is onion with meat, specifically is ground beef in this case. I prepare this sauce with a bit of butter and basil, cumin, and salt. Just that. Also, I cooked this chicken. It's a breast chickens that first I grill and then put a bit of water with paprika, with cumin, with a bit of salt. And this is like the base you put in the bottom for the corn pie. The ingredients are, obviously we need corn, and here I have the corn that we use, or we say choclo, but in the US it's very easy to find and practical also to work with the corn that you can already buy in any supermarket. Corn in the US it used to be more sweet than the corn we use in Chile. So the gold and white, or just the white corn, would be a good option if you want to do. Obviously, we need the basil, this beautiful basil also, to use in every place. We are using to prepare the corn, but also I put in the pan when I prepare the beef also. And finally, we have the egg. Need to boil 1 or 2 eggs. It depends how much corn pie you want to prepare. And a bit of onion with tomato, because always the pastel de choclo, you have to put a side of salads. And we say the Chilean salads, that is just onion with tomato. Okay, the second step is to prepare we say menjurje, that will be the top of the corn pie, and we used to prepare this using the entire corn. You have to cut off each grain and then you have to grate them. But in this case, we will use just the corn in the bag that was frozen before, right? So we would put, in this case, for a corn pie for 4 people, I will put 3 bags in the blender. And also we'll put basil in the, to prepare the menjunje. So try to be generous with the basil. The idea is to get a very aromatic flavor, right? So I will put like a 5/8 of basil here. Also, we need a bit of water to put in the basil. So with a bit of this boiled water here to make easier to do the mix of the corn with the basil. Another recipe include also chiles. We say in Chile ají, but it's very spicy, so I decided to prepare without the chile this time. We are perfect there. And also we will use a bit of onion to add to the menjunje, just a bit. So we used to cut very small. Small pieces this way. And 1/2 of onion is enough because the sauce also have 2 onions, so it would be perfect. So to prepare the menjunje, that is the mixture of corn with basil with a bit of onion, we need to put in one pan and cook for at least 2 to 5 minutes. It's very short because then we will put in the oven and we will bake it. So we don't need to be so cooked in this moment. So we'll put the pan here. Let's add just a bit of oil. And a bit of onion here. And the corn. When I grate them, the corn, I didn't add any spices, but this is a good moment to add a bit of pepper and salt. Let's put a bit of salt. Much. Cumin. It's very important. The Chilean food, the cumin is always present. It's very important. Okay, and let's see if we can find pepper. So we put here the onion and the corn with the basil, and we have just to cook with a bit of oil for 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, now that the menjunje is ready, just 2 to 5 minutes, we will put on the bottom of our plates, our baked plates or bowl, first the sauce that I want to remember again, that is onion with pepper, cumin, salt, and ground beef. Also, I added a couple basil leaf to keep the flavor that I mentioned you about the corn with the basil. And we will put also the chicken. We'll use the cutting bar because these pieces of chicken are too big. Let's try to cut pieces too big. Okay, this is delicious. The chicken has a bit of paprika, it coming and salt. If you want, you can boil it also with a bit of oregano. Then also we boil the eggs, and we have here some slices of eggs. So we put a bit of eggs on the top of the chicken. Here we are preparing corn pie just for 4 people. So you can see that I'm trying to deliver to keep quarters to put there. Now the menjunje is ready. We will put on the top. So we cover everything with the menjunje, with the corn and onion. And then you can, if you want, you can add sugar on the top if you want to keep a sweet flavor. And also, I didn't bring today, but if you want, you can put Parmesan cheese. It's a good resources when you are doing this with the sweet corn. So we can put a bit of the Parmesan cheese. But in this case, this is white corn, so we don't need it. And personally, I don't like the corn pie with sugar, so I think now it's perfect. We need 450 Fahrenheit degrees, and we will put in the oven for in between 30 minutes and 45. You need to check, and the way to see that is how will be the top of the corn pie. This is very roasted. You can take out just with 30 minutes. Okay, the side for the pastel de choclo or corn pie is a Chilean salad. It's a very simple salad but delicious. So we mix tomatoes with a bit of onion. So I did very thin slice of onion. And one secret that we have, that is you put the onion with ice and water for 5 minutes, so the onion will be more soft and easy to eat raw. You don't have to be careful about if the onion is so strong for the salad. So we'll take 2 tomatoes for this. And another thing is that in Chile we used to take out the peel of the tomato. We don't use the peel, so it's another important thing. And to cut, we will use, similar to the onion, some slices. And we are done. Just tomato, onion. And we need a bit of salt, obviously. And we use maybe 2 leaves of basil. There you go. Ahí tenemos el pastel de choclo. So we put in the oven for 25 minutes because we have a very good oven here in the university. And you can see here the corn pie. The colors is amazing, the smell also. So yeah, how you see is very easy to prepare. You just need corn, onion, beef, a bit of chickens and basil and the spices that you like. You don't need to put garlic. In Chile we use the cumin, the pepper and the salt. So thank you for this opportunity to share a bit of Chile, and hoping that you can also prepare the pastel de choclo in your house.